Sentencing just wrapped up for a man who pleaded guilty to murdering a Navy sailor during a botched car theft.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us from the South Bay Courthouse with this emotional hearing where the victim's family was able to speak directly to the man who took the sailor's life. Kelly.
That's right, and there wasn't a dry eye in this courtroom. It was very emotional. Family members on both sides of this case were crying. Now, the victim, 32-year-old Eddie Foster, his mother and sister, they sat in the front row. His mother told the judge her son was everything to her.
Took my son's life. He deserves to be alive. Your Honor, I'm a very God-fearing woman. And I want to tell Mr. Gongora, I forgive you for what you did. But I do ask you to pay your price, pay the price for my son's life.
And you see the defendant there, 19-year-old Ricardo Vasquez Gongora. There were 3 rows of family members of his in the courtroom. He apologized to Foster's loved ones and broke down crying at one point. Now, this all started in June of 2023. Prosecutors say Gongora was high and drunk when he carjacked Foster as Foster was working his second job delivering packages for Amazon. Foster jumped on the hood of his own car as Gongora drove away. He drove for 2 miles with Foster on the hood before crashing on the Coronado bridge. Foster later died from his injuries. So today we heard audio from Foster's widow, who moved out of state with their 4 children to get away from all of this. She told the judge she's battled drug and alcohol problems because of what happened. She's tried committing suicide. Her children, she says, have tried to hurt themselves. Outside the courtroom, Foster's mother said this.
Makes me feel good that Mr. Gongora understands what he did. I understand that, and I like that he understands it and that he's willing to take his punishment. But he did. He took my son away from me. And I have all these happy memories, and I can go on laughing and telling you all these stories, but the truth is, it tears my heart out every time I think about him.
And Gongora was sentenced to 15 years to life. That was part of this plea deal. However, according to the prosecutor on this, because he committed this crime when he was so young, he had just turned 18 years old, it sounds like he's going to be eligible for parole before he serves that full 15 years. Heather and Carlo.
Boy, Kelly, when you mentioned the victim's family, we heard from the victim's mother, and then you mentioned that the victim's widow was able to speak to the judge and share what that whole family is going through. This rips your heart out.
Absolutely. She talked about just the fact that she says this defendant broke her and broke her children. She says that she holds her children as they are crying and begging to see their father, and their father, of course, is never coming home.
Just a tremendous tragedy all around. Kelly Hessedal reporting for us. Thanks, Kelly.